Hey everybody, I am Artosis, and here I have for you a nice little ladder replay out of everyone's favorite Zerg's replay pack. Well, no, he doesn't actually have a replay pack, only for me. Sorry. It is EG's IdrA, and he is going up against CutefOu. Obviously, FOU, a very good team full of pretty top-end players. The map is going to be Scrap Station, so it should be pretty good. A very fun map to watch Zerg vs. Terran games on. You know, a lot of people thought that it was quite Zerg favored for a while, but in fact that was just the fact. The rush distances so far. Let's take a look at the rush distance. Very far, yes indeed. But the architecture of the map can be quite good for Terran. Watch some Jinro games here. You can do things like wall this off, push through this small area where it's very hard for Zerg to actually flank you. It's a pretty interesting map overall. I do like to watch games on it, so I'm excited to see this, see how it goes. Now, IdrA probably will end up going for a fast expansion. Hatchery first, you know, that's generally how you play Zerg vs. Terran on this map. And whenever IdrA can actually go for Hatchery first and feel like it's safe, that's something he really likes to do. So CutefOu looks like he may be walling in down here with barracks. You can always make 3 barracks here to make a wall in. And we do see Terrans do that from time to time. Now, will he make 2 barracks? That is the first question. I do not think so. It is not looking like it. We haven't seen another barracks yet. This could be for scouting or making barracks, so we'll have to see. Nope, looks like he's going to stay with 1 barracks and probably make an expansion. IdrA, in the meantime, going to go ahead, take his expansion. There we go, a pool shortly thereafter. No drones in between. Wants to play very, very safe. This, of course, is a ladder game, so it's good to practice a safe build order like that. If you're going to do something like make extra drones, that might be better for an actual best of 3 versus a top player. Now, CutefOu, I expect to be seeing a command center made pretty quickly here. Notice the SCV is coming down. Most likely that's going to be what that's for. Just pumping out a few Marines for defense. Of course, the spawning pool, nowhere near done quite yet, so this is going to be quite safe. Now, notice the placement of this. I really like this. He's going to make it here, probably make the orbital here, and then float it down. That is so this Overlord cannot see it. The Overlord, of course, notice where it's sent to right here. Going to want to check if it can see the command center. It's not going to be able to. If it gets too close, then Marines, of course, can shoot it down. Now, CutefOu controlling the important Xel'Naga watchtower. Hatchery going up at the natural, almost done. IdrA's probably going to want a Zergling speed pretty quickly here, but you can go Roach if you really, really want. Normally, IdrA does prefer the Zergling speed, though. Queen on the way. Queen on the way down here as well. Great to get some creep up in between. It can be very scary trying to defend things without creep. Look at that. Couple more barracks, as I was saying. 3 barracks walls us off very beautifully. And of course, you can put Marines up here to slow down anything killing your rocks. Now, IdrA still no idea that there's an expansion coming that's going to make him play more safely. And in fact, with these Marines coming up, that might scare IdrA into making more units. We'll see. Is making a little bit more Zerglings. Realizes that those Marines are a tad bit scary. Speed on the way. Does have his double queens. Let's take a look at the drone count. 21 against 19 SCVs, so he is getting ahead in the drone count. But of course, the mule's going to keep Terran pretty well ahead, mining for now. And well, let's take a look here. Nothing really from IdrA going on except making some more Zerglings. A little bit scared of any attack as CutefOu keeps pressuring. Very smart of him. Keeps the drone count down of IdrA. Is rallying his Marines outside, so that can be dangerous if IdrA hits with a ton of speedlings. Suddenly, you might be able to take out a bunch of Marines, but pretty safe overall by CutefOu. Making that factory. Does have that orbital command down, and IdrA still doesn't know about this expansion. All he knows about is that there are at least a couple barracks, probably 3. You can assume that. And there we go. He's going to see that mule drop. So IdrA finally going to realize that there's going to be an expansion here. In the meantime, IdrA made up 11 lings, has 29, now 30 drones. So did make a few more lings than he probably wanted to, but not too badly, actually. He reacted to that quite well. No creep tumors quite yet for IdrA. Does have a lot of extra larvae, as you see. A little mistake. Normally, IdrA's a little bit better about creep tumors and gets at least 1 out very early with the fast expansion. Instead, he's going to have a few extra larvae sitting around when this pops up. But very good economy management from IdrA thus far. Even getting his 4 gas quite quickly, so you can expect to see a Baneling Nest and a Spire going up pretty soon here. Now, IdrA getting through these rocks. Interesting, he wants to take those down right away. Oftentimes, Terran likes to attack through there, as opposed to Zerg. CutefOu using a call down supplies. This is getting a little bit more popular right now, as some of these builds are so tight on minerals at this point, where call down can be used. And in fact, it's quite useful at times. I don't like the placement of this, though. I would have much rather made it there. This is going to be easy for Mutalisks to pick off when IdrA does, in fact, go Mutas, which, well, if you watch the GSL or even IdrA games, if you know anything at all about IdrA, you know that he likes his Spires. Now there is finally a Creep Tumor down, a nice hidden Spire. That's not a place that's likely to be scanned, so a good place to put it. Drone count right now up at 45, 33 for our Terran. Notice the bunker, kind of a funny location. That's more of a Mutalisk protection as I see it. And, well, he is getting his 4th gas now. He's making that engineering bay as well as the starport, getting some siege tanks. So it looks like it's going to be pretty standard. Marine, siege tank, maybe a few Marauders in there, and Medivacs. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what it's going to be, but he's going to have to get his turrets up reasonably quick here because that Spire is just about to finish. So his turret timing is actually quite awesome. If he makes the turrets, that is. +1 has started, but 9 mutas on the way, and he's going to be in trouble if he doesn't have any turrets when those Mutalisks get over here. Now IdrA is getting the +1, showing he's going to go for them for quite a while. A late Baneling's Nest, but he feels like he isn't going to be attacked for a bit, so that's fine. Now, moving the siege tank out, I could see this siege tank dying pretty easily as the mutas come over. Here they are. They have just popped out. Nice little control group of mutas here. Now, oh, there's a turret. A turret already up, so very good turret timing for CutefOu. Just at the right time. Combat shields on the way. Of course, stim is already done. He's got to be very careful, though. You don't want to overstim, especially right now before Medivacs are really out in any numbers. Now here come the Mutalisks, going to attack into this missile turret and fly right away. Oh, will he lose a muta right there? Ooh! Some good damage done by CutefOu. Some very red mutas. And there you go. That siege tank being picked off. Got to be very careful about that. Losing a siege tank at this point is quite detrimental. You need them so badly to shoot down Banelings and speed Zerglings so that your Marines actually don't die. Now we do have the extra hatchery and a gold base going up for IdrA. Muta's still trying to get some harassment. More Mutas being made. Getting that evolution chamber and Baneling speed finally. CutefOu doing a good job pushing some turrets out to the side. Keeping his Marines in a couple chunks. Notice he was trying to get a turret there as well. And that's important to actually get some of these turrets up to help your Marines defend against the Mutalisks. Of course, the Mutas don't have great range, so the turret backed up by some Marines is going to be quite strong against them. Some drones going down. Very smart to be droning up the gold immediately. Really get that income in. Of course, the gold base gives you a lot more minerals. IdrA has cleaned out both rocks. Very interesting to clean those out so quickly for the Terran. Normally you use that as a stalling mechanism so that the Terran takes a little bit longer to get in there. Now, let's see here. IdrA not getting any upgrades yet. Still staying on layer, making a lot of Zerglings right now. Unit counting station we see hasn't made any Banelings yet, just using his gas for his Baneling speed upgrade as well as his Mutalisks up till now. Oh, and loses a Muta. He's got to be careful. Grouped up with these Mutas that were further away for harassment. Now, CutefOu looks like he's going to have a very strong timing attack. Notice the turrets that's coming along with him. That's very, very smart. Marines alone can be scary, and I love this play. This is going to help him to kill off creep tumors that are nearby, as well as fend off Mutalisks. Really great move, but IdrA going to come in here and take out an SCV, and does not get that other one. It's going to be able to finish up this turret. And CutefOu's push is starting to look very, very deadly. Notice no reactor here. You don't have to have a reactor on that starport. Very good play. And in fact, keeping only Marines, so he has a very high Marine count with those turrets. And CutefOu's push is looking really, really deadly. Here comes some Speedlings. They want to get in here, but no, there are some Siege Tanks and Marines in there, and those Zerglings will not end up doing anything except taking out just a few Marines. Oh, and the Mutalisks come out and kill a Medivac. That is pretty huge. He has not got a reactor at starport. You can't lose Medivacs in a situation like that. IdrA right now, let's take a look at the supplies. 161 for IdrA, 124 for our Terran player. IdrA's macro really coming up strong right now. A ton of Zerglings and Mutalisks being made. but IdrA's going to have to be very careful. There's a lot of siege tanks. They're placed very well. The missile turrets are going to help out hugely, as you don't want to be targeting those down. They have a lot of hit points. In fact, he's even got upgrades for them. And, well, it looks like IdrA's going to have to eventually hit this, but he has to be very, very careful. Siege tanks are going to do sick damage. In fact, he's got them spread a little bit too much. Here we go. IdrA running in with the Zerglings and Banelings, and the Marines notice they run all the way back, and the Banelings take a lot of hits, and the Zerglings take a lot of hits, and the missile turrets slow down the mutas so they can't just take out the siege tanks quite as quickly. Good push so far by our Terran player, CutefOu. And this is looking to turn out to be a very good game. IdrA's starting to set up a little bit of defense at the gold base, mostly using that right now for gas. Notice how low his gas count really is. Now, it is 137 supply against 169, so IdrA's still in the lead supply-wise, but these Marines, they do have better upgrades than IdrA's units. This push is very, very strong through the center. Notice that he's using the center area so he can't be flanked at all. Very good maneuver by Cute, and IdrA decides it is time to go, sending in a ton of Zerglings, and he is trying to just chase everything back. He has a ton of Mutalisks here, so dealing so much damage. Down come the Banelings, but are there enough to get through this huge tank line? It doesn't look like it. IdrA eventually has to turn around, and these missile turrets doing a good job of staying alive. Still has several missile turrets in this hall, so he can continue with this push onward. Now the thing is, look at this, a lot of siege tanks just sitting back here. That's a little bit surprising. Cute has got to move those up to help protect his Marines from the Zerglings and Banelings. But IdrA right now, he does have this additional gold base. His economy is ahead, not by a whole lot, as you see here. 1,700 against 1,400 approximately. But really, our Terran player is going to have to think about getting a third base pretty quickly here if he doesn't end up killing IdrA. At this point, let's see. Really, no third command center. We don't see any long-term plans. It looks like Cute just wants to end the game pretty quickly here. IdrA, though, he is taking an additional base. Continues to make a lot of units. Looks like still making a ton of Zerglings, and ooh, taking a lot of damage from those Marines. But trying to snipe off some medevacs as well. Keeps on turret pushing, does Cute. Leaving a lot of siege tanks back here, surprisingly. And it looks like IdrA's going to come in and try to bust here, but he just keeps running back. CutefOu with a lot of siege tanks dealing so much damage to these Zerglings. The Mutalisks not staying in very high numbers as the turrets and Marines do a good job, but IdrA looks like he is going to break through here and decides to turn around before he loses too many mutas. Does deal some significant damage, but Cute has been saving his siege tanks. This is very interesting. It still has all these siege tanks sitting back here. IdRA's going to be very surprised that there's that many siege tanks on the map. And Cute deciding to start pushing through again. Marine count, not the absolute highest. Let's take a look at the unit counting station, in fact. 21 Marines. There are 52 Zerglings and 19 mutas, so almost a muta for every single Marine, but there's a lot of medevacs. These Marines have good upgrades. You can't just attack into there, especially with these never-ending turret pushes. Now let's see here. Looks like IdrA not teching up. Has transferred some drones, though. Just keeps on harassing this push, and now he's going to see how many siege tanks Cute truly has, and this is probably going to scare IdrA a little bit. That is not a good thing to see. In fact, this is starting to look a little bit scary for IdrA. He does have the supply lead still, 162 against 134. That's been similar to that all game, but this is a lot of siege tanks. I don't know if these Marines and... Well, let's see here. Here come the Zerglings and Banelings, but the siege tanks dealing significant damage. The Mutalisks coming in, trying to take out all those siege tanks. Still a lot left for Cute. IdrA losing his Mutalisks. He's got to be so careful here. If he loses all his mutas, oh no, losing a ton of them, going down to just 8. You've got to keep that Mutalisk number up, and suddenly Cute pushing through here. Very even supply, suddenly 115 to 117, doing a good job. Can IdrA make enough units? A ton of Zerglings about to pop, but of course the siege tanks are going to be able to protect those Marines as long as they keep running back. And the Mutalisk count is going up, but still a little bit low to take on these Marines and medevacs. IdrA attacking in, and IdrA with a raffle leaves the game. GG, CutefOu taking out IdrA, really utilizing the center part of the map. All right, thanks y'all for watching.